Yes, hi, welcome to the class. Students, you are well aware that force is needed to produce motion in any object. Without force, motion is not possible, and there are different types of forces that are present in nature. Whether those are magnetic force, whether electric force, frictional force, and there are so many balanced as well as unbalanced forces, right? So let's say this chalk is in my hand. When I drop this chalk, it will fall downwards. That I have seen here, that it fall downwards. So why it fall downward? It means there must be something that is pulling this chalk downwards. Okay, I will explain you this thing with a story. You might have heard about a scientist called Isaac Newton. One day he was sitting in a garden under an apple tree. He observed that apples are falling downwards. So from there he analyzed that some type of force must be acting on an apple, that's why it is falling downwards. And he named that force a force of gravity, or we can say gravitational force. There are so many applications of gravitational force. I am able to stand on this floor just because of gravitational force. So what is gravitational force? Force exerted by gravity on all objects in this universe is called a gravitational force. You might have seen lightning. Lightning always fall towards the ground, on the ground. Why it fall downward only? It is just because of the force of gravity. The water in the rivers flow downwards, come downwards, just because of gravitational force. There are many more examples of it. Let's say this board. The leaves fall from the tree just because of the gravitational force. So around us there are so many types of forces. So if I say about me and about every object in this universe is able to fix or stand or stay on the ground just because of gravitational force. So when I talk about gravitational force, you must be thinking that is it only acted by an earth? Is it only between an object and an earth? No. According to Newton, he said that every object exerts a force on every other object, and it is applicable to every two objects in this universe. If I say, you might have observed a stone, two pieces of stone, let's say, they are placed on the ground and they are placed at some distance on the ground. So, but they never attract each other. They are never pulled towards each other. What is the reason? Because the mass of those two stones is very less. So gravitational force also depends upon the mass. More will be the mass, more will be the gravitational force. I can prove you this thing with one more example. Let's say instead of those two stones, now we take one stone and earth. Stone is pulled towards an earth, right? Stone always pulled towards an earth. Why? Because the mass of earth is large. Because of the larger mass, the force of gravitation acted by earth is more. That's why it pulls every object towards it. So after it, there came a very important universal law of gravitation, which will prove that how force is depend on other things, on which factor. Okay, so let's find the force between any two objects from here. Here I have taken two objects, A and B. One is smaller and the other one is bigger. And the mass of first object is m1 and that of m2, and they are placed at some distance, let's say. Okay, so let's find the force between them. According to Newton, universal law of gravitation, force between them is directly proportional to the product of the masses. Okay, means more will be the mass, more will be the force of gravitation, and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. After combining 1 and 2, as left hand side is same, so force will become equals to m1 m2 upon r square. If I want to remove this proportional sign, I will replace it with g, which is called gravitational constant. Here g is called gravitational constant. Okay, so let us try to understand it in a better way. Force between these two objects is proportional to the masses, means more will be the mass, greater will be the force, and square of the distance, on which two factors force between any two objects depend. First is the mass, second distance between them, right? So let's discuss it with the quotients. Firstly, we will find out the units of gravitational constant. As we have found that the force is equal to this thing. Suppose if I want to find the value of g from here, so how will I find? R square will go here and m1 m2 will go down is equals to g. We already know that the unit of force is Newton. This is distance and the unit of distance is meter square. Mass is kilogram and again a kilogram. Kilogram into kilogram is equals to kilogram square. So the value of g, the unit of g is equals to Newton meter square, and this kilogram square when it go up, it will become per kilogram square. So this is the value of units of gravitational constant, that is Newton meter square per kilogram square. I hope this is clear to you. Now let us consider some situations, as these type of questions can come in exams, like what will be the force if distance between the two bodies is half. Let's say initially the distance was r and now the distance between them is half. It becomes r by 2. If it is r by 2, we will place them more close to each other. R by 2. So how will we find the force? We know that force is inversely proportional to the square of distance. So now in place of r, I will put r by 2, and if I try to prove it, r square by 4, and it will go up and it becomes 4 times. So the force becomes 4 times as that of its initial value if we make a distance and reduce it to half. Let's take the next scenario. What will happen if the masses between the two bodies, masses of the two bodies is doubled? Let's say in place of m1, now the masses have been changed to double. Distance is same and the masses are doubled. We know that force is directly proportional to the product of masses. So if I double the distance, it will become, as it is also double, twice of m2, 4 to the 4, m1, m2. Now as I can see that force becomes 4 times its original value. So from here we concluded that if the distance between the two bodies is reduced, then force will increase, and if the masses between the two bodies is increased, then force is also increased. So So we have understood that the gravitational force is a universal force in nature, as it is acted on every object in this universe. You can easily find the gravitational force between any two objects with the help of this formula, which we have proved just now, and we know that gravity is applying force on every object in this universe, and that is called force of gravity. I hope this is clear to you. Thank you.